Okay, listen, I don't decide the time and the place for these messages to come out. I do realize that this video quality is very grainy, so we'll see how these videos start to do on YouTube, but I'll see to get an actual camera so I can just can stop recording on my laptop, because this is the shit quality that you get. And this is going to be another tarot reading. I recorded a channeled message from Source a couple of hours ago. It just came through, but it's very wacky. So my ego is having a difficult time putting it on the internet for people to see. Okay, so we're going to go with this tarot reading that wants to come through. Yes, it's bedtime, so again, I don't choose the time. Five of Cups. I'm using a different deck now. Five of Cups in reverse. I feel like this is how the last one started. You are coming out of, or stepping away from, or walking away from this period of sadness, of grief, of being in a rut, I heard, in your mind, being in a rut in your mind, being consumed by dark, sad, grief, processing really heavy emotions, maybe that you hadn't allowed yourself to process for many years, is what I just heard. And it took you a while, but you're just coming out of that now. It took you a long time. It took you a long time to process, but it took you a long time to get the courage and get the strength to be able to sit and allow the emotions to come up and allow the emotions to purge. And it seems like you're done. Yo, Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is the card of wish fulfillment. It's almost like that was necessary for you to get to this place where you're now open for you to call in your manifestations. That's something that I preach a lot, is you can manifest all you want, but if your vessel, as in your body, is full of emotions that you haven't processed, how can you call anything new in? It's like you're trying to bring something new to a body and a vessel that's tapped out. You're maxed out. So going straight to manifesting techniques, going straight to calling in your desired reality, and trying to bypass the emotional cleanup work, which is actually feeling your feelings, allowing them to complete the cycle in the body, allowing them to be released, clearing out the vessel, is not a good recipe for calling in desires. I don't know if I structured that sentence properly, but I'm a big believer that yes, have the desire, and yes, do the manifesting techniques, but first focus on clearing the vessel, sitting with yourself and allowing yourself to process the sadness, not being afraid, or being afraid and doing it anyway, of feeling the negative emotions. I don't believe any emotions are negative, but the ones that don't make you feel so good, oftentimes we're so afraid of the negative emotions that we avoid feeling them. But they're important. They deserve your love and attention as well. And the faster you can get to it, the faster you can clear the vessel, and the faster that all your wishes are coming true, which is what you've done, the person watching. Yay for you. You've nailed the manifestation formula. Is that it? Is that the message? King of Cups. Okay, awesome. King of Cups, it's like this is exactly what I was saying. It's like you've gotten to this point where I don't want to use the word mastered your emotions, but you've come to terms with your emotions. You've ascended in your emotional maturity, which means that now you have awareness about the need to process emotions and the fact that you can't just distract, suppress, avoid, move on. There's this understanding from you that if you want to move forward, you have to face the feelings that you haven't wanted to face, and also allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to acknowledge the fact that you need that time and that space to do this type of processing and clearing. So that's awesome. And you're in this kind of receptive energy now where you're ready to receive your blessings. Temperance. Temperance is the card of patience, but it's also the card of alchemy, of balance. If you can see, there's a flow of water pouring from one cup to the other. It's this feeling that you've done the work. You've done the work that you had put off for so long, and it might have taken you a really long time, but you've reached this beautiful point of balance in your life. You've ascended to this new level of emotional maturity, and you're just ripe. Ready? Ripe and ready? Don't be naughty for your blessings. Your blessings are ready for you. You're ready for your blessings. Vice versa. This is great. Congrats. The Tower. The Tower upright. Okay. So, the times of the cleansing that you've done is behind you. You are ready for your blessings. You've reached this level of emotional maturity. You've created this alchemy within. You've alchemized those emotions into power. And the Tower signifies sudden and rapid change. A sudden and rapid uprooting, uprising, free falling. Your reality is going to start to change quickly. Things are going to start to change because of all this work that you've done, and because you've brought your emotional state into balance, and because you're now a clean vessel for the receipt of your blessings. Your reality, maybe it's already started to kind of crash and burn, but in a fun way. Or maybe this is what's about to happen, that things are just going to change because you've changed. And as within, so without. Now we know. This is manifestation in action. Remember, there's always a time delay with manifestation. Six of Swords. Okay. So yes, there's this Tower energy, there's this change, sudden change energy, but Six of Swords, this has come up in every reading that I've done since I started on YouTube. Six of Swords is rowing away from rough waters to calmer waters, which is a beautiful energy. So it's saying this uprising, uprooting, change, sudden chaos that is starting to happen or is potentially about to start to happen in your life is leading you away from what no longer serves you and towards a calm landing spot, which is what you've been calling in. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of intuition, a card of wisdom. Interesting. Can you clarify? Whoop. Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, material wealth. In this card, it's like he's holding on to that coin. He's got 2 feet, one on each coin. He's holding on to that coin, and he's got a coin above his head. So And the High Priestess is this card of intuition, of knowing, very witchy. It's this level almost above the Empress. So this very divine feminine energy. I'm going to get to one or two more clarifying before I say. Ace of Swords, one more, and then I'll read them together. Page of Wands. Okay. Okay. Okay, interesting. The way that I'm reading it and the way that I've laid it out subconsciously, the High Priestess is sitting or standing right on top of the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, I'm reading it in this situation as this kind of holding on. You seem to be gripping onto the materialistic side of your physical reality, but I'm more sensing your finances and potentially the fact that you don't see in your current reality, or you don't feel that you are where you want to be. And there's also this fear around losing what you've started to cultivate because of all this chaos and uprising and change that has started to or is about to happen in your life. However, just above that fear and that gripping that you've got onto the material, your materialistic situation, is the High Priestess, which is a seat of deep intuition and deep wisdom, which tells me that even though there's a part of you, potentially your ego, that's still gripping on to maybe beyond your finances and your current material possessions, but your current reality and elements of your current reality that you're afraid to lose, because who would you be without that? There's this deeper intuition within you that you understand that letting go of this will allow you to get to an even greater level of power, the Ace of Swords, and then Page of Wands, and go forth on the journey towards those calmer seas that we were talking about. The Ace of Swords is also a card of communication and of speaking truth, direct truth. So your intuition has been developed through this process. Your inner wisdom has been developed through this process. There's like a little thorn in there, or maybe a grip from your ego as to the possessions, your current reality, your finances, a few sticky points that remain. But I don't think that they will hold, as in I think that your grip on look how tightly he's holding that coin. He's even got one foot on each coin to say mine, 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 and the last one's on his head, like nobody touch it, it's all mine. And then the High Priestess is like, babe, it's all good. Let it go, it's all good, we got this. We're charging forward. We're speaking our truth now. We're starting to go on this journey towards the promised land. Cool. You got the Page of Wands directly followed by the Knight of Wands. So it's like that will allow you to start to go on that journey. And the Knight of Wands is like, yeah, fuck yeah. There's this part of you that's so ready and almost impatient. Like you want to go. And you can feel that it's coming. And you've been building up the strength to go forward with this power, with this conviction, with this ability to vocalize and verbalize your truth. That seems to be really important here. It seems that all this work that you did in processing your emotions and allowing yourself to sit with your grief and everything that you had bottled up, that led to you ascending in your emotional maturity and into that balance state, was a very, very much an internal process. And this seems to be a desire within you to, with this renewed version of you, and this higher level of wisdom within you, to externalize it, to vocalize it, to go forth with that new level of consciousness, new level of emotional maturity, and really speak your truth as you start to go on this journey. And there's that energy, that brash energy within you that's like, fuck yeah, I'm ready, let's fucking go. I don't think you're going to have any type of problem letting go of those last bits of ego grip that you have. Bitch. Or dude, whoever you are. 10 of Pentacles. What was I just saying? I was just saying, as I was shuffling, I don't think you're going to have any type of trouble letting go of that grip that you've got on your current material possessions or financial whatever, right? Which is what we were talking about. You've got this little part of your ego that's holding on so tightly, that's kind of like afraid of letting that shit go. It's like the last shred that you need to fuck off so that you can charge forward and externalize, vocalize your truth and go on this journey. And as I was saying, I don't think you're going to have any trouble letting it go. The 10 of Pentacles pops out. Can you see that? There's 10 Pentacles. So there's 6 more Pentacles than in that card where you're holding on so tightly. So you've multiplied your material possessions, your financial situation in this card. There's also union, and there's an element of community. This is total fulfillment. So this is your sign to let whatever it is that you're holding on to, let it go. Because there is so much more waiting for you once you embark on the journey. But you have to let that last little, everything here, this was the only one slid down to the bottom. This is the last little thing that you're holding on to. I don't know specifically what that is for you. It could be a title, like you're still holding on to a particular title and you need to let it go. Like you've got a business that you want to dive headfirst into and you've already started and you want to invest all your time into it, but you're afraid to let go of a particular title from a job that you also currently have. It could be your financial status, that you're afraid that that's going to crumble if you go down this path. You're afraid of what it might look like to other people, so you're afraid of your image as you start going on this journey. Did you notice how many times I said afraid? I don't remember now. Did I say afraid a few times? I don't know. But this card, just feel the fear and say, I feel the fear and fuck it, I'm doing it anyway. Because this is what's waiting for you. Okay, a few more. Whoa. Okay, shit. Motherfucker. This is amazing. Okay. All of these fell out, and I'm going to end it with that last card. You've got the Star card. Oh, I can't show that on YouTube. The Star card. The King of Swords next to the Queen of Cups. Okay. The star card is your northern star, like your guiding light. There seems to be something that's pulling you. Your King of Swords energy is full of integrity, but he's also very stoic in a great way, but also in a cold way. He can be. But he came out together with the Queen of Cups, which leads me to believe that this work that you've done to balance that feminine and masculine energy, this opening of your heart that you've done, which we talked about at the beginning of the reading, in the clearing and the processing of the emotions, this presence that you had with yourself has allowed you to surrender to the guidance from this cosmic universe and follow your destined path, which, yes, has or will result in a bit of chaos, a bit of change, a bit of uprising, but it's all ultimately leading you to a higher level of intuition, a higher level of wisdom, more riches, man, a greater journey, this inner alchemy, fulfillment, partnership, community. And this was the final card on the bottom of the deck, which is the Six of Wands, which is the card of victory. That's like victory. That's I made it, we won, the battle is finished, we've arrived. That's awesome. So this is wonderful. Hopefully that gives you some clarity. But the only thing that I would remind you is, if there is something from the ego that you're like, I think that's what I need to let go of. Let it go. Stop holding so tightly. Let it go. It will be returned to you tenfold. Literally, 10 of Pentacles. Okay? Okay, that was the message. Good night.